Hi, everybody. Today we're talking about how to make a heavier cover for a little accordion book like this that you just made out of paper. And I'm going to show you how to make a sturdier cover for it. We're just going to be using cardboard. This is actually a piece of mat board that I got from the framers. You can use anything that's like this. You don't need a fancy piece, and you don't even have to have it in perfect condition because you're going to be covering this whole thing, so you won't even see it. So let's get started. So the first thing I've done, or that I want to do, is to cut two pieces of cardboard out of my board here that are just a little bit bigger all the way around than my book itself. So as you can see, if I place this on here, just hanging out a little tiny bit, maybe a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. As you can see, just a little bit bigger. And once you've drawn it out onto your piece of cardboard, you're going to cut two pieces out just like that. So we have two little pieces of cardboard. Like I said, they are cut to be a little tiny bit bigger than my book. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cover these little guys first. So what you'll want to do is place your piece of cardboard on the piece of paper that you're wanted to cover. And you can use an old print. You could just use a clean sheet of white paper. You could use pattern paper, decorative paper, whatever you'd like to do. I'm just using this. This is a demonstration piece that I was doing for another class that I think might be kind of interesting to use. So what we want to do now is we want to cut two pieces of this paper and have this paper be, for each little piece of cardboard, maybe about a 1.5 inches bigger all the way around. All right, so we're going to cut two of those. Right, so we've got the two pieces of paper that are cut to be the size of the pieces of cardboard. And what you're going to do now is we're going to wrap the cardboard in this. So what you'll want to do before you start cutting is, I'm just going to put this down here and get a little bit closer. There you go. What we're going to want to do is make some cuts in the corner. This is how you're going to be able to fold the edges over kind of neatly. All right, we're just going to cut these little slashes here, and you're going to see how they'll help us make a smooth tuck, if you want to use that word, around the piece of cardboard. All right. So let me just show you what we're going to do. So once you've got this placed in here, you're going to put glue on one side of your cardboard here, and you're going to put it down flat onto your piece of paper. And then what we're going to do is going to fold this all the way around. And we're going to cut off these extra edges because we don't really need them. But we're going to end up with something that kind of looks like this. We're going to cut these extra edges. But see, that's going to be the way you're going to cover that one side. So I'm going to show you how to glue that in a second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put some, I like to use Heavy Gel Matte Medium. This is that acrylic medium that's got a little bit of viscosity to it, and it's really good to use when you're trying to glue something. And I like to put it on with the edge of a credit card or some stiff piece of board. It's a good thing I have some extra board here, so I'll just use that to spread it. So we've got a little piece here, and I'm just going to spread it across the back here and go right up, right to the edges, right to the corners. And you don't want to wait till it dries. You want to get this right over and flip it over onto your paper. right? And then you want to put some glue underneath all the areas that are going to be holding onto the paper that you have on the back. So we're going to put, glue right here and some glue here. It's okay if you get a little bit extra. I mean, you don't want to have it too much. You also don't want to have not enough, because that way run the risk of having it come apart. But that's pretty good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just fold over these edges. See that? And nice and flat with your fingertips. The places where I like to do actually is cut off the little extra edges, like this little corner here. We don't really need that now, so I'm just going to snip it here. I'm going to snip it there. There you go. And you might put a little bit more glue right on the piece of paper that you just trimmed off, so that you have a nice flat edge. Same thing on the other side. Just get rid of those little triangles there. They were good to help us get started, but we don't really need them now. I'm just clipping them all off. There's a lot of different ways to do this. This is not necessarily the sanctioned way. It's kind of down and dirty way, but if you take a bookmaking class, they'll have all sorts of really elegant ways to do this. But our purpose here is to get that book made, and craftsmanship can be learned. You can always go back and play with that, but I like to say, let's not let that perfect get in the way of getting it done. All right, so there we go. So now we have this nice little edge here, nice little booklet, front of the booklet. I'm going to do the same thing with my back, but I'm going to do this off camera. All right, so now I've finished my two backs, and well, the front and the back for my little booklet here. And now is the time when I'm going to attach the front and the back to my book. So I'm just, I did this painting here and added the title just because, I just wanted to do this quickly for our class. But now I'm going to actually make it a little more formal by gluing this top to the book and make it a little bit more sturdy. So what we'll need to do now is put some more glue on the inside of my little booklet front. So let me take some glue, and this is where you can really be, you make sure you have enough glue. And what we're going to have to do after this is, after we glue it, is we're going to have to weight it. Like, so put it aside overnight and put a couple of heavy books on it. Before you do that, you're going to put some wax paper or something between, plastic sheeting or a piece of freezer wrap in between the book covers so that they don't all stick together. You don't want that to happen. But all right, we're ready to do this. So you saw that I just put lots of my matte medium on the inside here, all the way to the edges and almost to the very, very edge. And then I'm going to take my booklet and I'm going to flip my booklet over so that it covers up the inside of the book. And you want to just sort of make sure that it's kind of even on all sides. My booklet isn't really even either, so, but we're just going to kind of ignore that. As I said, the craftsmanship part of it you can learn, but this is a great way to just get it started and have fun seeing what this is when you've got the cover to it. So I want to take too much time to show you here because I want to get this under a book as soon as I can. But let me do the back side. Same thing goes with this one here. I'm going to put glue all the way around on the inside and out to the edges as much as I can possibly do that. And there we go. Okay, and now we're going to flip this side over onto the back. And we just kind of want to make sure that the front and back are aligned. So they're pretty good here. So we just kind of want to make sure that they're more or less aligned. And this is the part where, you know, right here on the first page, you want to put a piece of freezer wrap or wax paper right here so that your book doesn't stick together, rather in this page. Yeah, right in the first page here. And, you know, while you're at it, you might just want to make sure that you got this a little bit more centered. And the same thing here, you're going to put a piece of freezer wrap or wax paper right here so that, again, the glue doesn't stick to the pages by mistake. And then weigh the whole thing down with some heavy books and let it sit overnight. And when you get it the next morning, you will be amazed at how nice and smooth everything is, how it really just smooths right down. And now you have a little book that, you know, is a little bit more sturdy than it would be if it's just paper. And then you can have so much fun designing your cover, adding more things to your cover, just playing. I mean, it's not done just because the cover is on. You can always go back and work on it. You can even add more pages. That's the beauty of this accordion style, is that you can just, you know, tear it, cut it apart and add more pages to it. And there you go.